Peace to your feet, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map.
Yo, fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Reporting what's real, we ain't chasing fame. Call Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon. Call Peace TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Reporting what's real, we ain't chasing fame. Call Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned.
Hey y'all, hey, back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Nilexia Alexander, who went missing. This story happened 3 years ago. She went missing. She actually ran away from home due to circumstances that she ended up finding out that she was adopted and wanted to meet her biological parents, which she thought was about to happen, but got stood up in the process. So with all of that, she was upset, ran away, was missing for 10 days, seen getting into a vehicle on surveillance into a vehicle, and then later found unalived. Now, they are saying a guy by the name of Ronny Walker is the person that unalived her. From what I'm getting from the situation, they had, well, I can't even say that. He was basically taking advantage of her because she's underage. Obviously, she was 14 at the time when the incident occurred. And now he is currently on trial for her unaliving. And this is why I'm giving you guys this backstory on Nilexia, is because I want to start covering the trial of Nilexia and bringing awareness to what happened to her. Let me know in the comments if you guys down for this trial and going through the process of hearing everything that led up to this young lady being unalived. So let's jump into it.
Begging for your help to get justice for her child.
For the first time this evening, we are hearing from the mother of Nilexia Alexander. Investigators found the 14-year-old's body on the side of the road here off West Florabraska Avenue last Friday. The big question now is what happened to her? Begging for anyone who might know anything to speak up here.
Well, today, Ashley Alexander shared all of the love she had for her 14-year-old daughter. She described her as a sweet and loving young girl. And now this mother wants justice.
She is somebody's baby. She was my baby.
Tampa police are still trying to track down whoever shot and killed Nilexia and left her on the side of the road.
She needs justice. She was just 14. A 14-year-old little girl murdered for no reason.
Right now, police are working to find out where the 14-year-old may have been before the shooting. They say she ran away from home and had been missing for about 10 days. Police say the smallest details in this case could help lead to an arrest, something her family says they're hoping and praying for.
Anybody know anything, seen anything, heard anything, please contact Tampa Police Department.
Alexander says she doesn't want another family to feel this kind of devastation.
Praise God, this would never happen to no one family. If you have kids, daughters, sons, grandkids, nieces and nephews, this could be you.
The family is going to be holding a balloon release that is going to be happening tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is going to be held on the 100 block of Florabraska Avenue, and the family is inviting the public to come out and help honor and remember that 14-year-old girl.
All right.
July 8th, we announced that we arrested Ronny Walker for the murder, premeditated first-degree murder of Nilexia Alexander. Today we are here to announce that we have made a second arrest in this case. Today we arrested Robert Creed Jr., Robert Quincy Creed Jr., and his charge was for first accessory after the fact for first-degree murder. He was located by the U.S. Marshals Task Force this afternoon, and he currently sits in the Pinellas County Jail. We are still investigating. I'm sure the questions are going to come up. We are still investigating whether or not any charges on any other individuals will be coming. We're still sorting out the details of this complicated case, but we're very happy to report that two killers in this case have been brought to justice.
Since 14-year-old Nilexia Alexander was cruelly taken from her loved ones, Tampa police say she was killed by 44-year-old Ronny Walker, who is now facing the death penalty on a charge of first-degree murder. Alexia's mother is speaking out today about her long wait for justice and a year of mourning.
Ashley Alexander is in a new, bigger apartment in Seffner, miles from where she used to live in Temple Terrace when Nilexia was still alive.
I was hearing her voice. I could be in the store walking and to see somebody that sound like her, and I go look for her, not knowing that she's not here.
Her daughter's ashes, though, remain close by, a year after the teen was seen getting into a car at 3 a.m. the morning of May 6th in East Tampa. Authorities say Ronny Walker drove her to a vacant lot off Flora-Braska and shot her.
It still feels fresh to me. I still had that memories of seeing it on the news, going out to the morgue. I still had that chill feel going into the morgue when it was so cold. Hearing the doors click, I still hear it.
The 44-year-old Walker is charged with capital murder. Robert Creed is also alleged to have been in the car that early morning and is charged with accessory after the fact. It's been a year, but no trial date has been set.
I know I probably never get the answers I seek, but I just want to know, how did you meet her? What was you thinking to pull that trigger that night? What did she say? What did she do? Regardless of what she said or what she did, to me, she was a baby.
Ashley is planning a balloon launch at Ballast Point Park on Saturday, one of Nilexia's favorite places. Her next motherly duty will be seeing the trial all the way through.
I'm going to make it my business to be there. I want to see justice. I want to see this man's face. I want him to see my face. I want him to see the anger, the hurt that he caused me and my family. I want him to see me.
Police Department, we're here today to discuss the murder in the case of the 14-year-old Nilexia Alexander. Here to speak on the case today, we have Deputy Chief Calvin Johnson, State Attorney Andrew Warren, and we also have Nilexia's mother here, Ashley. We also like to thank Patricia, Derek, and Jay, Rise Up for Peace, for their support for being here today as well.
Yesterday afternoon, the Tampa Police Department, the U.S. Marshals Task Force, arrested 44-year-old Ronny Walker and charged him with the premeditated murder of 14-year-old Nilexia Alexander. On May 6th, at 3:58 in the morning, Tampa Police Department responded to a 911 call that a female lay unresponsive in a vacant field in the 100 block of Flora-Braska. The witness who called reported hearing gunfire and went outside and saw a young female laying on the ground and called 911 for help. The officers responded to the scene, and from that moment on, Tampa Police Department worked tirelessly to bring this individual to justice. We have zero tolerance for gun crime, especially when it involves the life of a young juvenile in the city of Tampa. From the minute this investigation started, we partnered with our community, our state attorney's office, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and the U.S. Marshals Task Force to identify and apprehend the killer of Nilexia Alexander. I want to thank our homicide squad. Those detectives worked tirelessly to bring this person to justice. As a parent, I know that this will never take away that deep sense of loss that Ashley and her family feel that their daughter would never come home to them again. As a police department, we hope this arrest provides some sense of closure for the family, knowing that this violent criminal is behind bars.
Good morning, everyone. Yesterday's arrest of the man who murdered Nilexia Alexander is a step towards justice. You've heard me say this before. The state attorney's office and our law enforcement partners place the highest priority on solving and prosecuting violent crime. Violent crime poses the greatest risk to community safety, and we will do whatever work is necessary to solve these cases and put the criminals who prey on innocent people behind bars. Today, you're seeing the results of that work. Tampa police detectives pored over evidence for the last 2 months, following all the leads, working meticulously and relentlessly to solve this case. And my office stood side by side with them throughout the investigation, strategizing, obtaining search warrants, and searching for answers. The partnership between our two agencies, as well as the other law enforcement agencies involved in this case, continue to produce results for our community, and you see that today. Now, this is still an open and ongoing investigation, and so today I can't release all the information that we have about the case, and I may not be able to provide additional specific information. But we are still encouraging anyone with information about Nilexia's murder to come forward. This case is going to be prosecuted. This case is going to be complicated. But TPD has done great work to make an arrest and to put our office in a position now to prosecute Nilexia's killer. We're going to take over the prosecution of this case. We're going to go where the evidence and the law take us, and we will seek justice for Nilexia, for Ashley, and for all of Nilexia's family and friends who are devastated by this crime. Thank you.
First, I want to thank God. I want to thank God for this day. I prayed and prayed. I prayed that this day would come, they would get him off the streets. I thank God. I thank God this is on Wisco. Tampa Police Department detectives, I thank y'all. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. The community, the tips, I thank you all. I thank everyone who was able to bring this person to justice. I thank you. It won't bring my baby girl back, but it will give me some peace that he's off the streets and a little bit of closure.
Was charged in 2009 with murder in the second degree. He went to trial and he was convicted of a lesser charge of manslaughter back in 2010. That conviction was overturned on appeal, and ultimately he was sentenced to 8 years in prison. He was released from prison. He violated his probation in 2017, received another 4 years on top for his violation of probation.
He received 40 years?
Four. 4.
Is this in account for the fact that someone went through the system and then is capable of doing this again?
Sure. Well, I mean, the reality is that most people who go through the criminal justice system don't go to prison for life. And had he been convicted back in 2010 of murder 2, then maybe it would have been different. If there weren't appellate issues in the case, maybe it wouldn't have been different. That's the same in any situation, in any type of case. You know, prosecution is complicated. And back in 2010, I have confidence that the state attorney's office did everything they could to convict him of the charge against him. He was ultimately convicted of a lesser charge, and the sentence reflected that.
And this time, do you believe you're going to have a strong enough case to keep him there for a long, long time?
I can't comment on the strength of the case or any specifics. I do that in order to protect the integrity of the prosecution, to make sure that due process is upheld. I'll tell you this, TPD, the Marshals Task Force, FDLE, did yeoman's work in putting this case together and identifying the murderer, and to bring us to this point where we can now start the prosecution process. Again, prosecution is complicated, and the fact that we get here today never guarantees a conviction. It never guarantees an outcome. All it guarantees is that we have a fight to achieve justice for Ashley and her family.
Begging for your help to get justice for her child. This is
the first time this evening we are hearing from the mother of Nilexia Alexander. Investigators found the 14-year-old's body on the side of the road here off West Flora Braska Avenue last Friday. The big question now is what happened to her.
Alexander only spoke for 1 minute and 12 seconds, but was able to sum up the lifetime of pain she now faces.
I prayed that this day would come, they would get him off the streets. I thank God. I thank God to tell him let's go.
She joined police and prosecutors as they announced the arrest of 44-year-old Ronny Walker, who they say killed her daughter, 14-year-old Nilexia Alexander, in a premeditated fashion in the early morning hours of May 6th. Her body was found on Flora Braska Avenue, just a mile north of downtown.
From that moment on, Tampa Police Department worked tirelessly to bring this individual to justice.
Police say they tied Walker's car to the area and determined with cell phone data that she was in the car around the same time. They then tied him to the car with DNA. Walker's latest trip through the justice system started Friday morning as his lawyers appeared in front of a Hillsborough County judge.
Mr. Walker, you're going to be held without bond until we can have a hearing on the state's motion next week.
Walker has only been out of jail since November. He was charged in 2009 with murder for the 2003 home invasion killing of Elaine Caldwell. He was convicted of manslaughter in 2010, which was later overturned on appeal. He got 8 years and was released in 2017, but he went back in for 4 years for violating probation. He allegedly killed Nilexia 6 months after he got out. Caldwell's daughter was at today's press conference.
This is an animal. They just need to just keep him locked up.
Police would not say why they consider the killing of Nilexia to be premeditated, nor did they say how a 44-year-old man wound up in a car with a 14-year-old girl at 4 a.m. She had been reported as a runaway.
It won't bring my baby girl back, but it would give me some peace that he's off the streets and a little bit of closure.
Her mother said this is only the beginning as the court system revs up once again to handle Ronny Walker.
Walker, he is the man accused of killing 14-year-old Nilexia Alexander and leaving her body in a vacant lot in 2022. Just a few hours ago, the only person who was with the two of them that night testified, and so did Nilexia's mother.
He got mad and went to screaming and yelling, telling him about get out his car, get out my car.
Robert Creed Jr. details what he says happened the night of May 6th.
I heard a gunshot. I looked in the bike seat, I seen her holding like her chest.
He says Walker had been driving around looking for Nilexia that night. When she got in the car, he says Walker asked if she was having sex with others before shooting her. Prosecutors questioning whether the two had been in a relationship.
He's telling me don't say nothing, don't tell nobody, don't tell nobody. But he'll gonna kill me too.
Right now, Creed is facing charges for accessory after the fact. The defense arguing he's the real killer, saying he's just trying to put the blame on Walker.
One of the benefits that you've received is after agreeing to testify, the prosecution agreed to erase that bond for you.
They picked apart his testimony, during which he claimed he never met Nilexia before that night, even though phone records show multiple conversations between the two, Creed claiming someone else used his phone.
Is it your testimony that somehow this coincidental friend in common that you have with Nilexia Alexander gets a hold of your phone at almost 3 o'clock in the morning and they're communicating? Is that your explanation?
Yes, ma'am.
Nilexia's mother also taking the stand today.
That was Nilexia. That was Nilexia.
Her mother detailing Nilexia's behavioral issues after learning that she was adopted.
She started running away.
Do you personally know why she was running away?
Looking for her parents.
Her family later learned Nilexia had a secret phone, but did not know who she was contacting. The trial resumes tomorrow.
Case of Ronny Walker. He's the man accused of killing a 14-year-old girl and dumping her body back in 2022. Nilexia Alexander was found dead on Florabraska Avenue in the early morning after neighbors reported hearing numerous gunshots. Fox 14 newsroom with the quest to find a jury as Walker faces the death penalty, Evan.
Now, Allie, prosecutors are being methodical as they try to whittle down a jury pool of 150 into a jury of 12 with 3 alternates. The tension around this case is enormous given the death penalty is at stake, as is justice for a girl's family. Ashley Alexander hasn't yet seen in person the man prosecutors say shot her daughter, Nilexia, in the dead of night. But that day is rapidly approaching.
He took a decision to pull a trigger and took my baby from me. And that changed the world for my family and I.
Prosecutors and defense attorneys have spent nearly a week picking a jury. Back in 2022, when police were still trying to ID Nilexia through a tattoo, police said she was found in a field off of Florabraska Avenue and that she was seen on video getting into Ronny Walker's car at 3 a.m. on May 6th. But for now, only lawyers know what for.
I do want to know the motive. I want to know what she could have done, what she could have said.
Ashley adopted Nilexia when she was 4, after years shuffling through foster homes. Nilexia became obsessed with finding her birth parents. But when an opportunity to meet them went south, her mother says Nilexia ran away time and again. How she met Walker in the first place is still unknown to her mother.
I'm leaning on justice. I pray the jurors listen out to the evidence that the prosecutors have. And I pray they understand this was a child that was taken by a grown man.
Walker was given a life sentence for manslaughter in 2010, but was let out after an appeal in 2016. This time, an accused accomplice might also testify. Robert Creed is charged with accessory to murder after the fact and may have been in the car that night. For now, Walker is waiting. Ashley is waiting for 2 things: for justice and for something that will never come.
But you still find yourself calling her name, looking forward to see her come out the room, looking forward to see her in the kitchen cooking. The house went silent when he killed her. Everything in the house stopped. There was no more life in our home.
Prosecutors have discovered that while a cell phone charger was found at the scene, Nilexia's phone was found in Walker's car as it went to Tampa General Hospital after the shooting. They've also found DNA from both the suspect and the victim in that car. The trial is expected to start Wednesday with the opening statements. Nilexia's mother will be there. We're in the
TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the streets to the world, keep it real, no cap. You're breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Call it these. TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused.